Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Soy. It is my pleasure to welcome you here this afternoon. I would like to thank you for joining us today for the presentation of our independent studies. At this time, I would like to invite our principal to begin our presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Liao.
Good afternoon. On behalf of Jianguo Junior High School, I am delighted to welcome all of you to independent study oral presentation of our English gifted class. Independent study is an unique way of learning. It provides an opportunity for talented learners to use research skill to explore an area of interest in great detail. Teachers, parents, and their classmates can evaluate and appreciate their successful research outcome through publication and presentations. And that is why we are here today. Now, let's get the ball rolling.
Thank you, Mr. Liao. Let's welcome our Director of Counseling, Mr. Chen.
在线上的这个各位师长各位家长，还有各位同学，大家午安。我想今天呢是我们这个英资成果的发表。那我想呢，在开始之前呢，主任带各位呢稍微回想一下我们在独立研究的这个过程呢，基本上是一个小组的合作的一个形式。从一开始呢题目的选定。然后中间呢，各位同学呢开始进行一些研究，然后资料的收集，乃至于最后呢，各位同学要一起呢来呈现这样子的一个成果。好，这过程当中呢需要很多的沟通协调。那我想呢，所以独立研究这个发表会呢，其实呢在过程当中呢，也需要同学去学习如何进行一个小组的合作。我想未来呢，在各式各样的这个学习的场合，乃至于各位出了社会，它都需要很多的团队合作。那我想呢，在这个过程当中有开心，然后也有呢，大家彼此理念呢需要沟通的时候，这都是一个学习的经验。那主任呢也非常的肯定各位同学，也克服了这样子的一个沟通的这个过程，然后呢最后顺利产出的结果。那主任还是要提醒各位，未来呢你不可能呢每一件事情呢都能够自己一个完成。好，我想呢这个团队合作分工还有沟通，它都是呢你这一段未来学习过程当中很重要的一个能力。那很感谢呢各位家长呢百忙之中呢拨空莅临，然后来一起呢肯定支持我们的孩子。那最后呢我们就祝福今天的这个独立研究发表会一切顺利成功。
Thank you, Mr. Chen. Now, let's start our presentation. The first research is focused on our own community. Is there something or someone special around us and is worthy doing research? Now, let's welcome our first group to present their research on a leader in weightlifting field in Taoyuan.
Hello, I'm Grace. Our research topic was Chen Jialing, top weightlifting coach in Taoyuan. As you can see, the presented form of our research is a website. Because we participated in the 2022 International Cyber Fair with this research. There are 7 members in our group, including 2 teachers and 5 students. It took us about 8 months to complete this project. The main research process includes interviewing, organizing all the materials, using Wix to create the web page, and peer reviewing projects of other schools from around the world. The theme for 2022 is Protect and Unite. And the category we chose to fit our project was local leaders. So you can see from our page that we presented our research based on these 3 elements. Ms. Chen was a national weightlifter before. and her record still stays on top at weightlifting World Championships. Now, she is the top coach for Taoyuan, and she is the only qualified jury in Taiwan. The other team members will introduce Miss Chen to you in different aspects.
Hi, I'm Lindsay. I'm responsible for the session leadership. We started this part by knowing what leadership is and searching for traits of leaders. According to all the online information, we learned that good leaders tend to have at least 25 qualities. For example, integrity, active listening, self-confidence, and so on. To find out what qualities Ms. Chen possesses as a good leader in the weightlifting field, we interviewed Ms. Chen and two deans of our school. From all the interviews, we summarized the traits that Ms. Chen has as a good leader, such as decision-making skills, visionary, strong communicator, care for others, supportive, and patient. Under the leadership of Ms. Chen, all the weightlifters are heading to the right destination smoothly and efficiently.
Hi, I'm Betty. I'm responsible for the section Protect. Miss Chen is a strong woman both physically and mentally. She, as a single parent, protects her family, and as a coach, she protects a team of 26 weightlifters. To know more about Miss Chen's role as a family protector, we interviewed Miss Chen's twins. Both of them also weightlifters. Ping Chen and Jun Rui sometimes have mixed feelings about their mother being their coach at the same time. As a coach for them, they think their mother is serious during training. Ping Chen, her daughter, feels some pressure during the games because her mother is a national player. However, Jun Rui, her son, didn't feel any pressure. The twins have a good relationship with their mother on and off the field. Miss Chen sets a good example for the twins both as a coach and as a parent. Both of them want to be as good as their mother in many ways. To know more about Miss Chen's role as a weightlifting team protector, we interviewed 4 of her players. Miss Chen always patiently guides the weightlifters and protects each of them from getting injured. From the interviews, all the weightlifters mentioned that Miss Chen is caring and open-minded, hoping the weightlifters to grow both physically and mentally. They don't think they would be who they are today without Miss Chen. Although it is tiring to take care of the team, Miss Chen still puts a lot of enthusiasm and effort into the team. That's why all the weightlifters respect her and love her so much.
Hi, I'm Jada. Through interviews and inspections, we found out that Ms. Chen put Unite into practice in 2 aspects. First is to unite all the weightlifters at all levels in Taoyuan. Because of her, she helped the athletes to achieve good results in competitions. She focuses on developing strong interpersonal relations and trust among weightlifters. The other aspect is that Ms. Chen managed the Taoyuan weightlifting training base successfully. People who would like to work out in our school, our community, even in Taoyuan, can all come to this place. Ms. Chen made the weightlifting base a training venue for the weightlifters, a gym for all fitness lovers, and a classroom for those who want to know more about weightlifting. To know the way Ms. Chen trained her players and how she built a strong team, we visited the training base several times. This is how Ms. Chen trains weightlifters. She closely instructs the weightlifters to correct mistakes or imperfect postures in time to prevent them from getting injured. From the interviews, we know that Ms. Chen organized many activities for the weightlifters to gather team strength. We also interviewed the former Dean of General Affairs for the history of the weightlifting training base. It was an opportunity for us to know its past, current situation, and future needs.
Hi, I'm Kathy. Completing this project let us know more about Ms. Chen Jialing. This great weightlifter in Taiwan and outstanding coach in our school. From the interviews, we learned how she cared about her family and her team. Through this special research, we have learned a lot of skills that we cannot acquire in class, such as conducting interviews, setting up a website, and collecting and analyzing information like a reporter. All these skills will be helpful for us when we are in the next education level. Although it took us a lot of time, we think it's worth it. Before closing, I'd like to switch the screen to the webpage of International Cyber Fair. That's our project. It was announced to win Platinum Award. This result gave us a great sense of accomplishment. This is the end of our presentation. Thank you so much for your interest and attention.
Shoes are our daily necessities. There are a lot of brands of sneakers in this advanced generation. Do you want to know what teenagers think about sneakers? The next group will introduce the brands of sneakers and teenagers' preference in sneakers brands. Now let's welcome the second study.
Good afternoon, everyone. Our topic is an analysis of how functions and brands of sneakers influence teenagers' purchase intentions. Our group members are Eric, Ian, Ray, Vian, and William. There are 5 chapters in our research. Chapter 1, Introduction. Introduce the research background, research purpose, research questions, and research value. Chapter 2, Literature Review. Surf the internet to find articles and enroll what the writer's opinions. Chapter 3, Methodology. We design a questionnaire and let teenagers answer the questionnaire online. Chapter 4, Results and Discussion. We make an analysis and discuss. Chapter 5, Conclusion. We provide conclusions and make some suggestions. Chapter 1, Introduction. Research background. Because of the changes of the times, students no longer wear latest shoes. Sports shoes have become the first choice. For our research purpose, we would like to know what influences teenagers' shoe choice, functions, or brands. There are 4 research questions. 1. The current status of chosen brands of sneakers among teenagers. 2. Teenagers' preference in sneakers brands. 3. The elements of consideration of teenagers on purchasing sneakers. 4. Teenagers' favorite extent for functions of sneakers. Our research value is to make products more attractive to consumers and that consumers more aware of their needs when buying sneakers.
Chapter 2, Literature Review. We found the 2 most popular sneaker brands are Nike and Adidas. Nike is the largest provider company of sports shoes and sportswear around the world. Adidas is a German sporting goods manufacturing company, named after its founder, Adi Dassler. There are also some related researches about brands and functions which influence teenagers' purchase intentions.
Chapter 3, Methodology. Research methods and instruments. First, we build a questionnaire to do the research, and then we make a Google form to collect opinions online, and questionnaires were analyzed with Microsoft Excel. And last, there were 113 participants from the 7th, 8th, and 9th graders in Jianguo Junior High School. Chapter 4, Results and Discussion. This is the chart for gender. According to the chart, you can see there were 73 female students and 39 male students responding to the questionnaire. And this is the chart for grade. According to the chart, you can see there were 68 ninth graders, 27 8th graders and 14 7th graders responding to the questionnaire. And now it's our questions. Question 1. We would like to know which brand of sneakers they use currently. According to this chart, for the top 3, about 51% of the teenagers currently like to wear Nike the most, and 20% for Adidas, 9% for Puma. So we know Nike is used the most currently.
In answering question 2, which brand of sneakers do teenagers like the most? This figure shows that a large portion of the respondents like Nike the best, followed by Adidas, New Balance, and Puma. Figure 3 shows the factors that teenagers considered when buying sneakers. As you can see, top 4 factors influencing their decision were size, style, price, and quality. The last figure tells you the functions that teenagers care about most when they buy sneakers. It shows that they care about stability, trekking and slip resistance, waterproof the most. It's worth mentioning that stability was the most needed function of all. It was not in line with what we expected. We thought waterproof would be the one they care about most.
Chapter 5, Conclusion. Our summary of our findings. According to the results, the most popular brand was Nike, and the second was Adidas. The most teenagers bought sneakers according to size, price, style, and quality. The function of sneakers that most teenagers were fond of was stability. Our suggestions within teenagers could choose shoe functions that keep them healthy, and the shoe companies will continue developing good functions and lower the price to make sneakers more universal.
We have 2 limitations of the research. One is the number of questionnaires is limited. Another is most of the participants who answered the questionnaire were only junior high school students. Because of the limitation of the study, we have some suggestions for future studies as follows. 1. More participants from other schools could be invited to make a more accurate to the result. 2. Based on this study, the further questions to future research could analyze the reason why Nike is both the brand of sneakers that most of the junior high school students choose and their favorite brand of sneakers. Our references are as following. Thank you for listening. After learning about teenagers' preference for sneakers, the following study is on teenagers' leisure time activity. Watching Japanese animations. Now welcome Group 3.
Hi, I am James. Our research topic is analysis of the reasons for junior high school students' preferences for Japanese animation. These are the contents of our presentation today. The reason why we choose to do research on animation, because from Luo's article, we knew that ACGN are important parts of a teenager. A stands for animations, C stands for comics, G stands for games, and N stands for novel. And why Japanese animation? From another research, it shows that Japanese animations occupy the most part of teenagers' favor. Therefore, the purpose of the study was to find out why teenagers love Japanese animation, their habits while watching animations, and the impact of watching it on them. Our research questions were to provide responses to the types of anime junior high school students prefer, the reasons why they like it, the habits while watching it, and the impact of watching it. In the present study, Japanese animation refers to animation which is originally dubbed in Japanese and released in Japan. Here are some previous studies related to our research topic. We reviewed some studies to tell the differences between comic, cartoon, animation, and anime. Then, we reviewed some papers to know the types and characteristics of anime. Finally, we read more studies related to the impact of animation on young people.
Hi, I'm Rachel. I'm here today to talk about the third part, methodology. Since we conducted quantitative research, we used Google Forms to design a questionnaire and carry out the survey. In order to answer our questions, we designed questions in 4 aspects. To know the types of Japanese animation that junior high school students prefer, we offer 16 common types for them, like romance, comedy, and etc. To know the reason why they like anime, 9 options were offered. For example, because of its funny plot, the characters, or just for killing time. For the habits of watching anime, we want to know how many hours they spend in a week, which time slot in the day, who they watch it with, and what equipment they use to watch anime. At last, we wanted to know the positive and negative effects of watching anime for them. This is the original paper survey from that we designed. There were mainly 4 steps to conduct this study. First was designing the questionnaire. Second was distributing the survey online. Third was collecting and calculating the data. At last was analyzing the data with Microsoft Excel. Within a month, we got 132 valid questionnaires. With the internet, the respondents were students all over Taiwan, and even from a foreign country.
Hello, my name is Ryan. I'm here to present the survey results. Figure 1 shows the gender ratio of the respondents. Among 132 respondents, 87 were females and 45 of them were males. According to Figure 2, the percentage of the respondents by grade level, the majority of the respondents in this survey were 9th graders. Figure 3 shows the respondent score distribution. Most of the respondents were from our own school, and there were also 2 responses from overseas. Figure 4 illustrates the types of Japanese animations that junior high school students like to watch. It could be seen that the top 5 types of animation junior high school students like are suspense animation, comedy, sports animation, romantic animation, and animation about school life. Figure 5 shows the reasons why junior high school students like to watch animation. It could be seen that the top 2 reasons were being fond of their novel and interesting plots and for killing time. Keeping up with the trend took up the smallest portion. Figure 6 presents the average hour per week a student spend on watching Japanese animation. More than half of the respondents watch animation for less than 1 hour per week. This result was not in line with what we expected, because we assumed that junior high school students would spend more time watching animation. Figure 7 shows that a large part of the students watch Japanese animation during their free time, while nearly half watch it during mealtime, and nearly 1/3 of them watch it late at night. Leisure time isn't very much for junior high students, so watching animations while they were having meals or at midnight after finishing all the homework was expected. According to Figure 8, it is clear that most of the respondents watch animation alone. This result was the same as our expectation. Figure 9 shows that most of the respondents use cell phones to watch animation, and followed by watching it on TV and on their computers. According to Figure 10, the most positive effect of watching Japanese animation was to relieve stress, followed by being able to have more topics to chat with others. Keeping up with the trend won the 3rd place as one of the positive effects. Figure 11 tells you nearly half of the respondents thought watching Japanese animation didn't have negative effect on students. There were 37.9% of the respondents replied that their nearsightedness got worse due to watching it. Finally, the last figure shows more than half of the respondents didn't get any comments from others due to watching Japanese animation. There were 28.8% of them received 在 as a comment, and followed by the comment 中二.
Hi, I'm Vivi, so let me summarize this research for you. Through giving out the questionnaire online, we got 132 valid questionnaires. The most popular type of Japanese animation for junior high school students are suspense and comedy. They like to watch Japanese animation because of its interesting plot. Most of them spend less than 1 hour a week watching Japanese animation alone in their spare time during mealtime or at midnight with their cell phones. Respondents thought watching Japanese animation had no bad influences, and relieving stress was the most positive effect of watching them. Some of the findings in this research corresponded to what we'd assumed or what were shown in other research. This study faced some limitations that make the find less than perfect. For example, time limitation, the way we conduct the survey, and our limited research skills. Because our findings show that junior high school students spend less than 1 hour per week watching animation, then for future study, they can explore what junior high school students do in their free time. Moreover, since the subject of this study were junior high school students, future studies can conduct the survey to senior high school students or college students. At last, these are all the references for this research. Thank you.
The above 3 studies are excellent, but the best is yet to come. Love is a great thing. Can high school students fall in love? The last group will share what teenagers thought about falling in love and their worries about it. Now, let's welcome the final group.
Good afternoon, everyone. Our topic is an analysis of adolescents' views and problems on love. Our teammates are Emily, Florine, Joy, and Zoe. I'm Florine. Chapter 1, Introduction. 1. Research motivation. It is about the trend of students' love become more and more obvious. At the same time, many problems have arisen, such as sexual harassment and sexual assault in sexual justice cases, or abduction and murder in social cases. So there are more and more different opinions to people's support and non-support. 2. Research purpose. We want to know that the willingness and thoughts of adolescents about love, and to understand whether love has a major impact on adolescents who already have experience. 3. Research questions. There are 4 main questions we want to survey. 1. The status of adolescents' relationship. 2. The ideal love for adolescents. 3. The advantages of being single and being in a relationship. 4. The importance and influence of love to adolescents. 4. Research value. There are 2 points of view. 1. Let adolescents think more and care more about love. 2. Enable parents and teachers to understand adolescents' thinking about love.
Chapter 2, Literature Review. The definition of adolescent love. Before we conducted research, we reviewed some research related to it. First, middle school students are in an important period of youth development, adolescence. Therefore, middle school students' love can also be called adolescent love. Western social psychology defines it as adolescent love behavior at the age of 12, 13 to 18, 19. In China, the meaning of puppy love is a love affair between male and female middle school students under the age of 18, who are not financially and legally independent, and have a certain amount of time from marriage. should have a clear love partner. However, the term puppy love itself has a derogatory tendency, which will bring a kind of stereotype thinking and is not conducive to others to treat this matter rationally. Therefore, it is more appropriate to use the term middle school students love or adolescent love. This is helpful for us to look at this issue rationally.
Outside views of adolescent love. Hi, I'm Joy. Some parents and teachers believe that the benefits of early love are 1. Cultivate interpersonal skills and independence. 2. Familiar with and learn to love, lay the foundation for future love. And 3. Relieve the pressure of study and life, get more positive emotions. However, many parents and teachers oppose adolescent love, and the reasons are as follows. 1. Affect the test-taking ability and test results, making it impossible for young people to become talents under the test-oriented education standards. 2. It gives teenagers too much freedom and space, which makes it difficult for young people to manage and is contrary to the original intention of exam-oriented education. And the following methods were proposed to avoid adolescent love. 1. To overcome the unfavorable factors that hinder study performance, correct the ideological attitude of learning. 2. Constrain yourself consciously and reduce the stimulation or temptation of sex on yourself. 3. Under the guidance of teachers, strengthen the cultivation of ideas, beliefs, and values.
Adolescents' views of adolescent love. Most of the friends around me think that it is normal for junior high school students to fall in love. Many people have boyfriends and girlfriends, and some have more than 10 ex-boyfriends or ex-girlfriends. A survey conducted by the Children's League found that nearly 20% of elementary school students and nearly 40% of junior high school students want to fall in love now, while 15% of elementary school students and 32% of junior high school students have experience in dating.
Hi, I'm Zoe. Chapter 3, Methodology. We used Google Form to make questionnaire, used Instagram to disseminate, and Google Doc to co-edit our study. Our participants include some students in our school, and some of them are from others. Finally, we received 150 questionnaires. Chapter 4, Result and Discussion. In our participants, females are more than males, and over half of them have experience in love.
The ones who had experience in love. In this question, the top 8 suggestions with the largest proportion of all are 1. Devoted, 2. Gentle, 3. Responsible, 4. Semi-interest, 5. Compatible and good-looking, 7. Humorous, 8. Same habits and hardworking. The top 2 suggestions with the largest proportion of all are in senior high school and in junior high school. The top item in this chart is, it happens naturally, and the second item is, I just want to have a relationship. The top 3 items with the largest proportion in this question are lacking love, worrying about infidelity, and personal differences. Besides, 2 people say that they have never encountered any problems in love. In this chart, each item's proportion are freedom, independence, and don't need to conceal. The top 3 items with the largest proportion of all are having company, I can learn how to love, and cultivate interpersonal relationships. In this chart, we can see 1/5 of students think love is very important in their life. Over half of students think love is important, but about a quarter of students think love is just ordinary.
the ones who didn't have experience in love. In this search, we have 23 options, and the top 8 are responsible, devoted, gentle, compatible, same interest, good-looking, humorous, and same habits. From this chart, we can see more than 60% of the students ideally want to fall in love in high school. More than 10% think that the middle school period is suitable for falling in love, and about 20% think that the golden age of falling in love is in college. Less than 10% hope to meet after college, but no one thinks elementary school is an ideal time. In this chart, we can see the top 3 are 1. I haven't found the right. 2. I don't want a relationship. 3. I have to focus on my study. In our survey on the benefits of being single, most people feel the benefit is being able to be free. Some people think that the benefit is just taking care of themselves, and a small number think it's good not to hide. The top 3 items with the largest proportion in this question are having company, I can learn how to love, cultivate interpersonal relationships. The result is different from the result of students who have fallen in love. Just 14.3% students think love is very important, and students who think love is important are less than half. Chapter 5 Conclusion. First, we'll talk about the summary of the findings. We collect 150 questionnaires, and the top 3 characteristics that may attract adolescents to fall in love are 1. Devoted, 2. Gentle, and 3. Responsible. For the 87 adolescents who have been in a relationship, think the importance of love is important, 54%. 2. Suggestions. For parents, we suggest them not to limit their children's love and not to let their children break into unknown territory unprepared. We suggest them to give the correct guidance and discuss and face problems with children at any time. For adolescents, we suggest them to 1. Have the ability to think comprehensively. 2. Shouldn't fall in love on a whim.
There are our suggestions for teachers. First, teachers don't make the students break up. We think teachers need to do the following things. 1. Relax mind and seek positive educational methods. 2. Guide students to learn to correctly handle the relationship between love and study. 3. Establish a healthy view of love. Last, help improve students' interpersonal skills. Future researchers can use different gender, different age, and even different race or country to classify subjects to understand the differences in thinking between different groups. Here are some limitations in this study. First, because we only got 150 questionnaires, the limited number of responses couldn't represent the opinions of all teenagers, so it made this research less than perfect. 2. A wide range of age distribution of the respondents. Since the age of the respondents was not investigated in this study, we couldn't specify their opinions according to different age groups. Maybe teenagers in different ages have different opinions on love. Thank you for listening. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to an end of our presentation. Thank you and have a pleasant day.
各位同学，我们要再次谢谢在场所有的老师还有家长，谢谢大家，拜拜。那我们的这个独立研究的发表呢，就到这边，谢谢大家。